Here is a brief explainer of how the fitment for Porsches with rectangular shafts and how the fitment works. This is Porsche 924s, 944s, 968s, 964s, 993s, 997s, 996s. It probably does fit the more recent ones, I just haven't tested it with that. So if we start from the beginning, this is a 924 shifter, which is also the same as a 944 and a 68. Pretty much it's one of my standard knobs, and it goes onto this riser. This one's a bit scuffed because it was one of the early prototypes. You've got a 3D printed insert, which is a rectangular form. So we'll slide straight over, do up the 4 set screws, and you've got a groove here to retain the boot. I know on the stock knob that the boot is fixed, is part of the gear knob, but what you'll have to do is you'll either have to cut it or get an aftermarket one. Also, once you've tightened up these 4 set screws under here, you unscrew the knob and there'll be 2 set screws if that focuses. Yeah, there's these 2 set screws here, and they will just hold it on, so you've got 6 contact points onto the gear knob. And that goes up, just like that. Next up, 993. This is also the same as a 964. Very much similar principle. 3D print for the rectangular profile on the inside. 4 set screws to hold it on. Slide straight on. Do up your screws. Unscrew the knob. Do up those 2 set screws, and you're done. This will work with what people call the singer style, where you have the billows for the gearbox, for the bottom of the shaft, that can actually sit in this groove, so it gives a really good look. I'll have an example of that photo in the not too distant future. Finally, 997, 996. This has been kind of a hard one for me, but I've managed to make it work. Pretty much the gear knob is, the shaft is a slightly different form. It's got a nice little taper out to the end, and pretty much rectangular shaft down inside. It will come with this 3D print. It will be resin printed, not filament printed like this, because it's just stronger. So what you do is that goes over your shaft. Then you take your gear knob goes on until it goes fully home. Now, when this is fully home, you hold the 3D print in position, take the gear knob off, and tighten up the set screws. These only need to be just twist tight. If you look at how tight I'm doing it here, it's not a lot of force. And there's 4 set screws, I'm not going to do them all now. And what you do is your knob goes on, and then the knob is in position, it's supported at the base by the print. Then you unscrew it. Then once again 2 more set screws that you'll nip up. They don't need a lot of force, they just need to hold. So yeah, if you really lean on them, you will strip threads in them. So yeah, then tighten the knob back up and you're done. One thing to say on these is if your gear knob does have engraving, or it has like a checker pattern where the orientation is critical, there will be already set with it shim washers. I don't know if you can see there, which you probably can't because my phone won't focus, and they will hold the orientation, so as you tighten down, that will always be the correct way around. This will fit with the standard knob. The standard knob has this circular profile here, which actually has a clip where the boot actually clips onto it. Now, I won't be using the clip, but what it will do is you will slide the boot up, then just put a cable tie underneath the boot onto the shaft to hold it in position, or you could put a twist of electrical tape around the clip on the underside of the boot onto the shaft just to hold it in place. Yeah, that's about it. It works pretty well. I will have a more in-depth video and a better put together one than this, but this is just for now.